INFJ, the unicorn, the sage, the advocate, the counselor, the insightful visionary, the empath. I believe the Myers-Briggs Personality Theory was first developed for the military, like people would be tested and assigned a personality in order to know what kind of job they would best fit. Should I put you in the Marines, the Army, the Air Force, and what job, would maybe fit you best, like a leadership role or whatever. However, seems to me you kind of have to know yourself pretty well in advance to taking the test or whatever, uh, because I mean, in order to use this theory properly, because like I took the test. I mean, of course, I guess it wasn't a professional test or an official test, but I've taken it, 3 or 4 different times, and each time I've gotten a different answer. So um, it might get you close, but you have to know yourself in order to decide. No, I think I'm a little different than that, or something like that. Like for example, I can often be mistaken for maybe an INTJ. Um, so because one of my weaknesses as an INFJ, and I will go into that a little later in this video. There are good things and bad things generally associated with any particular personality type in the Myers-Briggs Personality Theory. Um, uh, However, I would say that the Myers-Briggs Personality Theory, each personality, it does not address a whole personality. It addresses perhaps a significant portion of your personality, but it doesn't completely describe you. So first of all, you have to know yourself, and then once you get that personality that best fits you, you have to see how that. I mean, not that it's not almost completely accurate. Everyone's different, so it may not be completely accurate, but not that it's very close to accurate, but it doesn't describe you completely. There's other factors, like for example, um, there's your learning style, the culture you live in, your upbringing, intelligence, trauma, all sorts of other stuff, I'm sure. Um, you know, Disorder, I don't know, maybe. And so, like, in a very vague sense, um, people are like sedans. so, so like considering your MBTI, Myers-Briggs personality type, you are like a Toyota, a Buick, a Lexus, an Infiniti, a Tesla, a Chevy, a Ford, a Mercedes, an Audi, a BMW, a Volkswagen, a Nissan, a Honda, a Hyundai, a Pontiac, a Saturn, a Jaguar, etc. But considering your personality as a whole, um, in each brand, what make, model, year, color, trim level are you? What repairs have been done? How many miles are on the car? How many miles are on the engine? How many miles are on the transmission? How many miles are on the suspension parts? That could vary. Even between each other, the engine could be, or the let's see, I don't know, the suspension parts could be original, but the engine and transmission you replaced after 250,000 miles or something like that. Who knows? Um, what region of the country or the world did this vehicle grow up in, or whatever? The environment in Florida is completely different from like Canada or Upper Michigan or something. You know what I mean? Winters versus tropical or whatever. Did it go through a hurricane, and are you trying to sell it because it was under 10 feet of water? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, and so like, how was the car treated during its life, and how did you drive it? Those are two separate things in my mind. Did you keep up on maintenance, like oil changes, air filters, fuel filters, all sorts of stuff? Did you keep up on that, and how'd you drive it? Did you drive it like you're a NASCAR driver, or because you didn't expect to have it very long, or did you, baby it, or somewhere in between? So there's other factors other than you're a Ford, you're a Toyota, like that. But I'll tell you what, I am not the only one saying this. I have an uncle who's a mechanic. There's people who are mechanics that also say this besides my uncle. The best bang for your buck is probably going to be a Toyota. I'll tell you what. And then, in my opinion, I may be wrong, but overhyped General Motors generally. Never gonna reach 200,000 miles Ford, and I'm not the only one who says that. Overpriced Toyotas, Lexus. One step closer to communist values, I would say Tesla. Mercedes, over-engineered. BMW, quirky and expensive at best. I don't know. There's different things. Here are some basic facts about the INFJ. 1. When they learn they can trust you, they are the most loving and devoted personality type, and no one beats them in this. Number 2, they are very, very, very insightful and creative. People either hate them because they're too good at what they do, or they struggle to not be addicted to their company. And this has nothing to do with intimacy. INFJs are very insightful, and this means moral. Number 3, they are always going to be mysterious your whole life long, even if you live with them. They're very private, very complex, and frequently changing as they like to learn and improve often. A very horrible combination, perhaps, but keeps it interesting. It's just a natural cycle of the INFJ, I'd say. Here are 3 warnings about the INFJ. 1, INFJs are extraordinarily picky, considering who they let into their circle. If you are even remotely close, consider yourself blessed. INFJs quickly learn how fast people are to strip mine them for their dedication and love. 2, if you ever gain the confidence of an INFJ, make sure to keep up on friendship maintenance. INFJs are picky to begin with, and if the relationship becomes a hindrance to personal growth in any way, you may be door slammed without knowing what you did at all. The problem grows over time, so you have time to repair the problem. However, you do not want to be door slammed. um, this is where your existence ceases to exist as much as reasonably possible to the INFJ. The relationship may never recover at this point. 3. INFJs desire quality over quantity, considering everything under the sun and beyond it. Existential questions they always pose, or try to figure out, rather. Um, silly creatures. INFJs like beautiful things and desire to live an artistic lifestyle. This does not mean an INFJ desires to be rich or seeks to be arrogant and powerful. INFJs live relatively simply, but comfort and ease is nearly always present. INFJs are very eccentric. Hey, I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about me. This is definitely not all that I am, as I seem to indicate earlier in the video. However, maybe you know me a little bit more. Stay tuned for more videos from P.I.E Engineering.